Right, guys, welcome back to the channel. I have to comment on something here. I have to comment on this. It's a bit of gossip, bit of juicy gossip, but Brandon Schaub has been outed here for buying not subscriptions, but I think it's likes or whatever. I don't even know how you go about doing that. And I want to tell you something here. I have a friend that does this. He sells views. And he came to me and he says to me, Ronan, can I test out your YouTube for views? And I says, no, I've worked very hard to get the subscriptions that I have. They're all real people. The views that I get are all real, regardless if some of them are low or high. It doesn't make a difference. I'm not going to do that. He says, well, have you got any other social medias? I goes, don't use my Facebook. I don't really want you doing that to my Facebook, but you can use my Twitter if you want. I don't really care about Twitter. To which then he took my Twitter and he put 8,000 followers on it. And I laughed and I said, this is crazy. And you go on, you looked at it, and there was all little symbols of, Chinese people, Indian people. They weren't real accounts, right? And then that dwindled down to 430 something. I think I've got roughly like 250 followers on Twitter. But I was left with an extra couple of hundred, right? So it didn't work. And he was using my Twitter as a gauge to find out what's the best way of doing things. So then he can make a business around selling this. And I was like, right, use my Twitter. Here's my login details. Use away. I don't really care about it. He's a good guy. I trust this guy, right? Now, it was really strange to see a guy like Brandon Schaub going to people like my friend to buy views, likes, or traction towards his channel. Let's just talk about Brandon Schaub for a little second here. So you have Brandon Schaub who stole 20 quid on me. No, 30 quid, 30 pounds. Brandon Schaub stole 30 pounds on me. I went to see a show of Brandon Schaub. Don't shoot me for that. People are saying, well, we're glad you got your 30 quid stole because you went to see a Brandon Schaub comedy stand-up. Well, it doesn't make a difference. I wanted to see what he was like. People were saying that he was shit. People were saying that he was good. I wanted to see for myself. So I bought tickets. He was coming to the north of Ireland. And it was pre-COVID and he didn't show up. And I never got my money back. So Brandon Schaub, you owe me 30 quid. It's okay. Keep that 30 quid. It's fine. Give it to a charity. How about that? Something tells me it's not going to reach a charity though. So Brandon Schaub is an MMA fighter. He's not a very good MMA fighter. He has a couple of moments here and there. He's a good athlete. But, he gets exposed a lot. And Joe Rogan has that thing where he has like an intervention with him where he's like, look, Schaub, you have to get out of this because you got one foot out the door. If you don't, you're going to be left with permanent CTE for the rest of your life. You're going to be a vegetable if you don't leave here. So he starts this whole career on stand-up comedy, YouTube, podcast, and he's successful. And then it starts to go downhill. He has his first special. It's not the worst, but it's not the best. He has his second special, completely bombs. Not only does it bomb, but he absolutely gets destroyed by the podcasting community, by his peers, by the fans, by his own fans. There's Reddits made up about this guy where you think the Deca Higgy trolling campaign's bad. Just go check out the Brandon Schaub trolling campaign. You've got like weasels creating channels. There's this channel called Unique Entertainment. Like this little weasel who gets pissed every single night and talks about Brandon Schaub and he can't even form a coherent sentence. I don't even mean, I watch a bit of Unique, but listen, let's face facts. He's a weasel, right? He is a weasel. There's a court case between Brandon Schaub and Unique Entertainment. It's messy and it's dirty. And then things come out about Brandon Schaub that he's trying to walk his fellow women comedians to the car in pointing at a sexual act. You want to walk me to the car? Wink, wink. This guy's married. He's got a kid. Turns out that he can't keep his dick in his pants. And people like Unique Entertainment, even though they're weasels, they've got a point. They're saying this guy's a scumbag. He's punching above his weight in regards to everything that he's ever done. They're doubting him. And still, I'm thinking to myself, right, we all have our issues. We all have our problems. We've all got our things that we do in our life that, we're not proud of. This guy's maybe just a wee bit in over his head. He needs to mature a little. And then recently I found out that, and let's not forget about the Bobby Lee situation. My God, coming on the Bobby Lee's podcast, and even though I hate Kalila, I can't stand her, she was using Bobby. She was horrible to him. Even though Bobby needs to take a little bit of responsibility for that. He's seen good looking pussy. He went for it. He stayed with it, even though she was fucking everybody. It is what it is, right? But then Brendan Schaub comes on the show and says, "Look, I've got evidence that you were trolling me. It was like data or code," and he puts a little bit of paper down, and we all know that this is bollocks. Even though I know Kalila was involved in the whole subreddit to do with Brendan Schaub, but Bobby Lee had absolutely nothing to do with it, right? Let's face facts here, right? But anyway, he makes a dick out of himself, right? Then recently, what do we hear? What do we hear about Brendan Schaub? We hear that he's buying views, and Chin or one of the team messed up because they didn't buy views, they bought likes. And there was a video that he posted on his new YouTube channel, Toontown, where he reviews cars or some shit. And it had 3,500 views and 25,000 likes. So he was caught by the balls buying views, buying likes. And what would be the reason that he would do that? Well, the reason that he would do that is because he wants to get sponsors for his show. Now, I've looked into this, and I need to say this to you, right? That sometimes YouTube messes up themselves. Sometimes YouTube will take all your subscribers away, and the next day they come back. It's just a bug. This wasn't a bug. This was actually Brendan Schaub caught red-handed buying views and likes for his channel. And this is where it comes into fraudulent behavior. Because if an advertiser comes or a sponsor comes and sees that channel and they go, "Oh, Brendan Schaub's new channel is doing well, we're going to sponsor him." They pay him money. He puts out the sponsors. He sells whatever they're selling, whatever advertisement they want, and then they see a return. But they will not see that return because the views that he has on his channel are not real. So in legality terms, if this ever went to court, if a sponsor took Brendan Schaub to court, he would get done for fraudulent behavior. And then that puts into question all the other channels that he has. The Fighter and the Kid, which I do believe is real views. What's the other one? All the other ones that he has. He's got like 25, right? Whatever. Are they real? And this is probably an example to anybody coming onto YouTube that has a bit of clout, that's a comedian. Don't go down the road Brendan Schaub has went down here, because it's desperate. It's absolutely desperate. What I'm seeing here is a guy that has the abilities to come out here and do great interviews with great guests and get real views, but doesn't want to do that. Joe Rogan doesn't care about the views that he gets and this, that, and the other. He has interesting conversations with people that draw in an audience, and he talks with somebody for 3 hours, and people tune in and listen because it's unbiased, it's documented, and it's open, and it's free speech. Why can't these other guys do that? Get a Graham Hancock on. Go down the same route. Lex Friedman, look at that guy. Do what these guys are doing. Stop being in this game for the ego, because what you're doing is you're turning into the Fox News, the CNNs, the BBCs, these fake things that we don't watch anymore. We don't want fakeness, we want realness. And it's sad to watch the decline of Brendan Schaub. A lot of you are going to say, well, actually, I like the decline of Brendan Schaub because I don't like Brendan Schaub. But what I'm trying to say to you is, it's not nice to watch. Somebody needs to pull him to the side and say, look, Brendan, stop doing this, mate. He was caught with a video that had 3,500 views and 25,000 likes. Now, his reply to that will be that was YouTube's fault. It was a glitch in the YouTube algorithm or the YouTube system. I'm telling you, that was him caught red-handed. He was caught by the balls, guys. Let me know your opinion in the comment section. It's greatly appreciated. Remember, the only thing you have to do in this channel is subscribe, hit the notification bell. That's the only toll you have to pay. I do not want your money. Just subscribe, hit that notification bell, and like the video. 3 things: subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video. That's it. If you want, leave a comment. If you want to share to your friend, there's a little share button, share, copy link to clipboard, make a little social media post, send to your friend on Facebook or WhatsApp Messenger. If you want to go follow me on social media, all those links are in the description. So that's it, guys. That's what I have for you today. That's my reaction to the Brendan Schaub being caught red-handed, buying views and likes. Absolutely crazy.